Welcome, everybody, to Monday Movie Madness on Superhero Brodowns. This is
Zach
and Caden.
Today we'll be drafting our own Avengers teams and debating which is better over three criterias: realism, creativity, and level of entertainment. So, let's get started.
So, my team consists of Captain Falcon, not the Smash Bros. Character, but Falcon with Captain America's shield. Black Panther, White Tiger, Wasp, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Black Widow.
That is a very good team, but I think my team is a little more fun and entertaining. I chose as my leader Captain Marvel, then Doctor Strange, Ant-Man instead of Wasp, Spider-Man, Peter Parker version, Tom Holland, Black Panther, Scarlet Witch, and Bucky, Captain America, where Bucky has taken the mantle of Captain America. So, today we'll be doing boxing style, so 3 different rounds, and each round will last 3 minutes.
3 minutes of three rounds of 3-minute boxing.
So,
30 seconds in between.
Alright, so we will begin when Caden starts the timer, and he will tell us when to begin.
Now, when shall I start this timer? Is the question. Okay. Go. What's your claims?
So, while your team is interesting, I believe that your team is lacking something, and that team is lacking a universal ideal. You have to be able to go into these other universes, into these other dimensional travels into space, you know? And I feel like that would make it a lot more interesting. Whereas I have Captain Marvel, which can link with the Kree and the Skrulls. I think that will make it a lot more interesting for our villains, and that will open up a whole new, a whole new spectrum of possibilities.
While that is true, it opens up some other doors. Mine does as well. Now, you don't need to, connect to space to have a broader view of villains. You can add people like White Tiger from the Mercenaries for Hire and the Avengers League, where they train up future Avengers. And have villains come from there, and that could totally work. The
problem is, though, White Tiger, I think you're already giving me the realism point. White Tiger is you said it was a rumored Netflix series?
Yes.
I have not heard anything about that. I'm not sure if that's true or not. Down below, guys, just let us know if that's true or not, fact check us. But I would just like to prove that, or, show that I obviously have won this, because all of my characters have been confirmed from all the movies. Captain Marvel does not have a movie yet. It comes out in 2019, I believe, with Brie Larson. She was also in Kong, and I think she's going to do a great job. So,
yeah, okay. White Tiger's a bit out there, but you gotta admit, it could happen. The Marvel still owns the right to White Tiger, and she very well could be in the next Infinity War with Iron Fist, Luke Cage, all of the mercenaries.
But don't you see that Black Panther and White Tiger are very similar?
That is the point.
And I feel like that will get you a little bit too much, maybe not competition, because I feel like that would actually be interesting, but I don't think that will happen. I think because he's older, he actually got the mantle. I don't know how the White Tiger story works, but
the White Tiger story works is in her brother used to be the White Tiger, and he passed away, and she took up the mantle as White Tiger. Now, the reason why I did put them on the same team, because I did think about that. When I looked over, some characters that I could have, I looked up the Mercenaries for Hire, because I thought Iron Fist, Luke Cage, then I came upon White Tiger, and I thought they're too similar.
But the thing is,
perfect.
You wanted to do this Mercenary for Hire thing, but you'd only put White Tiger as the mercenary. And then you have a really odd team. You have Wasp on there, but no Ant-Man, even though Ant-Man is the more entertaining, more funny one. That's comedic, and what we've seen of Wasp, she's just kind of down. But when
it comes to, that's the point. It's not going to be... Infinity War is not going to be the funniest thing. There'll be jokes here and there. We got Spider-Man on there. We got Doctor Strange. They can crack some jokes. Black Widow. It'll be great. Falcon. Okay, but there's also going to be some gritty parts, and that's where their team building combines. Yours doesn't have that much entertainment value anyways.
Alright, guys, that is the first bill. Now we'll be switching to the next round. We're gonna just do a 30-second prep time, and I don't know. That was actually a really good start.
That was pretty good. I've mainly stayed defense, but I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think we just need to be able to get out of comfort zones a little bit more and just start debating about the actual topics instead of I feel like you're kind of becoming a moving target right now. So I'm starting to bring up some of my debates, and I am ready to get fired at and start debating about my own team.
I am ready. We still got 2 rounds to go.
All right.
So I'm good. All right.
All right, guys, make sure you like and comment, subscribe, just to get that advertising out there.
Get that sweet, sweet Zach and Caden in your life.
Yeah, everyone needs that, you know.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna start the next round. Start it when you're ready, Caden.
All right. So, as I was saying, what entertainment value does yours offer? Ant-Man, Spider-Man. That's really about it. Everyone else is so stern and serious.
But Doctor Strange, you're even using that for your entertainment, so you can't say that he's not entertaining. Also, I have Bucky Cap by Captain America wielding the shield because I feel like that would create that same assassin thing with Black Panther. And Black Panther is somewhat comedical. He was in Civil War, and I thought, honestly, it was a very interesting thing. Not only that, but I think I have very good dynamics in my team. In the comic books, Captain Marvel and Scarlet Witch have quite a bit of competition, because they're so similar in their powers. And they weren't people that like gained this mantle, whereas Black Panther, obviously, he's older than this White Tiger. He's much older.
You're already making my point, is that there can be a competition between the both of them. White Tiger aspires to be as good as Black Panther.
But that's not going to be a competition, that's going to be idolizing.
Well, it's the fact that she wants to beat him so bad that she's going to stick with him until she is experienced.
I feel like she would seem more as like this like nice figure, and that's gonna. I mean, that would create for a good storyline, but in her own movie or in Black Panther's own movie, not in a movie where you're trying to explore a team together.
White Tiger wasn't the nicest person. She was very stern. Her brother was killed, and she wants revenge. That is the whole point of her. And Black Panther will see this and will start a bond with her. They're both doing this for their families that they have lost. Mm-hmm. There's similar powers, and he can honestly teach her what he knows. And I think that that's one of the links that I can make.
Well, I think one of the other great things about my team is that in the comic books, Captain Marvel actually has a crush on Spider-Man. And you've never seen this kind of, like, you know, love thing in the Avengers. The most you've seen is maybe Black Widow and Hawkeye, and that was kind of disproven in Avengers 2 when we met his family and everything, because he's always had that family or whatever. But this is going to be a lot more interesting, because you're going to have, you know, this, and I don't know if they could do this or not, because she is quite, like, the actor is a little bit older, but she's not too much older than Spider-Man. He's maybe 21 in real life, she's like 29, and they could play her down when it's just a little bit older than high school, and I think that'd be really entertaining. You could say the same thing for Black Widow and Spider-Man. Yeah, sure, it's a bit different. No, that's very out there. Whereas, and yours is Miles Morales, so it's a different team. And mine is true. Mine has a lot more like entertainment factor. Also, like what I really want to point out is Wasp on your team. Yes. What is that? Why? Because I'm playing off of her father. Now, what I'm saying is that her father was not able to save his lover from being taken in and being killed inside of, I don't remember, Small Zone. And I'm saying the same thing is going to happen to Ant-Man trying to help. And because of Wasp's loss, she goes and teams up with the Avengers with nowhere else to go. I think that's a creative way of looking at this, but I don't think it's as creative as mine. I have these dynamics going on that are actually from the comic books that they could almost take straight from the pages onto the film. And I think that would be very interesting to see them take these storylines with the Kree and the Skrull and incorporate them into the films. That's the timer, guys. That was the second round. I think that was intense. That was pretty intense. I don't know. I feel like I'm fighting a kind of an uphill battle. But I think so, too. I think I kind of have the realism thing in the bag. You have realism, definitely. But you got to admit, creativity is going my way. Creativity could, and I think that maybe just because the White Tiger, and I feel like that's a little bit of a stretch, but I think it is creative. I think Miles Morales is also pretty creative. I think it's creative, but again, that's another stretch for realism, and I think that makes me win the point. What I'm saying is that creativity is a possible for you, but realism is a for certain for me. And right now, level of entertainment is kind of it's a win-win, you know? I mean, I'm saying that I'm getting that entertainment, though. That entertainment value. Spider-Man's pretty funny, as I've said. But so is Black Panther. You also proved my point. Doctor Strange, Captain Falcon. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so if there's anything we got wrong, guys, make sure to fact check. We try to get our stuff right, but don't be too mean in the comments. Yeah. Don't roast us. Yeah, I already cry enough, you know. Yeah. Oh man, we're really depressing. Okay. Anyway. So next round. This is the last round. Last round. If you wanted to, we can almost have like a 5-minute final. If you wanted. Do we got time for that? I only got 20 minutes after this. All right. No, let's do a 5-minute. This last one's 5 minutes? 5 minutes. I like that. Because I think that will give us a little more time to just close up all ties and just kind of end this. All right. So whenever you're ready, guys, this is going to be a 5-minute final round, and I think this will be interesting. This will be intense. All right. So whenever you are ready. Swerve, I'm not going to press it yet.
JK,
Alright.
I'm gonna press it.
Go.
Alright, so, while you have been attacking me and the whole, like, chain factor, they're gonna be connected together, you've only brought up the Captain Marvel and Spider-Man thing, which, again, is probably less likely to happen.
And Scarlet Witch and Captain Marvel as well. They're gonna have that competition. And Bucky Cap and Black Panther. Remember, he thought he killed his father. There's gonna be that still. I mean, I know at the end of Civil War they kind of tried to tie it up a little bit more, where he's trying to forgive and he's kind of saying like, "Oh, if one of them can get help, I'd like to see that happen." The problem is like because they were both victims. But the thing I like with this is that they're still gonna have to work together because he might still see this face as the man. And I mean, I know he kind of tried to get away from that revenge at the end, and I really like the quote he says at the end. That was a very really good quote with Black Panther, and I think he's gonna. I have different dynamics than you. You have very good people, but I think together, Cap Falcon is not going to be as fun.
Mine is based off of bringing new people, not just new people in the Avengers, but new heroes.
But I think
people that are just starting out.
I feel like that's going to be a problem because it's not going to flow over from the current Marvel. It's just going to be a really weird change because you're not even having regular Spider-Man. You're having more Miles Morales, and the only person you still have is
that's the card that I'm feeling dangerous on. I'm saying that Miles Morales is going to be a part of the next Homecoming. And I think that having him as a sidekick, not a main character, definitely not a main character, but as a sidekick underneath the regular Spider-Man, I think that can work. Segue, because after Infinity War, Miles Morales gets his ass whooped a bit, and then it's just like, okay, fine, I'll help you out a bit. Let me teach you about this.
The problem with your team, though, I feel like it's a lot of B heroes, a lot of sidekicks, and it's a lot of people that cannot compete in their own films. Cap Falcon, he's a decent character, right? Falcon is a really interesting character. As Captain America, that'll be a whole new story, and I feel like that might be entertaining, but not in a film where he's going to be the leader, because I feel like he's not maybe a boring character, but I feel like he's not as interesting.
Yet you're a leader.
And he's also a leader that doesn't have very much experience either. Captain Marvel, the next movie, is going to be based in the 90s.
Okay.
It's really interesting, and I like that.
She's an okay leader, but let me tell you, Captain Falcon is also a good leader. When he was Falcon, he was pretty good as Falcon, and he could go on his own.
Yeah, but
alone.
he was Falcon, not Cap. That's
and
a
now,
different story.
And now he's holding the memory of his friend with him in the shield.
But
I
feel like if anyone, Bucky, who's known him longer, is going to have a more interesting storyline. If you've read the older Captain America comic books, I feel like, personally, that Bucky Cap is a lot more interesting than Cap Falcon. I felt like the Cap Falcon storyline just maybe didn't feel forced, but possibly forced, and I felt like it was just trying to pick anyone other than the Cap, and I don't like the storyline. I feel like it was just bringing this whole new era, and I just don't like that.
But with Cap Falcon, he's still Falcon. He can still fly. With Bucky Cap, he can't hold his AK anymore. Now he has one shield.
Your team might be strong, but again, that might make you more boring in movies because you're gonna have
He might as well just be Cap now. He's no longer Bucky. You can't avoid this. That he's lost that part that makes him the Winter Soldier, and now he's just Cap.
It's the personality though. He has this mercenary personality where he's still trying to get away from his past, and I feel like that's gonna add a little more darker tint to my team. Whereas most of the time it's light, which is something Marvel is really good at doing. They're good at having a little dark undertone, but a very good broad happy tone. Your team is very dark and very we've all lost somebody. We're gonna try to work together. And
yeah, that worked great for the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
But Guardians of the Galaxy was humorous though. This team is not as humorous. You have Black Panther, something that's lost him. White Tiger, something that's lost her brother. You get Wasp, that lost her father, and you're saying Ant-Man for this reason. Yes. Doctor Strange, the time, he's just had this really big problem. And I think I have Doctor Strange too, but in a group like this, when he's with Spider-Man and Ant-Man and people I
also have Spider-Man. Miles Morales is pretty damn funny. I'm telling you that right now. Black Widow, she's also pretty funny. Now that she's experienced... She was okay. You gotta admit.
I think she's a decent character, but I don't think she can hold her own. And as a character, you're trying to flow over with that one character, but I just don't feel like she was the best Avenger.
I think that she is going to teach them how to be regular Avengers, her and Falcon. And now they together are going to lead this new batch of Avengers to save everyone. And now this opens up to new villains. Yellow Jacket, I don't know how he'd be alive, but now he'd be targeting Wasp. Some people from the Mercenaries, I don't know that much about them, but I bet there are villains from them.
But I have this whole different. I have races. I have Dormammu too. I have Ant-Man people. I have Spider-Man villains, not Miles Morales villains. Spider-Man villains that once everyone likes, like Norman Osborn, which we could even go into a Dark Avengers storyline, which would also be interesting because Captain Marvel was one of the only people that didn't go to that team, and so that would be very interesting. Maybe that's how they started off, because then you still have maybe that darker undertone, which Marvel is okay at having. But then, with too much darkness, it gets overrun, because Marvel is gradually happy. That's what makes it so much better, in my opinion, than DC. Because currently, DC movies are so dark, and that's good for some people, but for Marvel, it's light. And that's the characters
I think that my characters are perfectly lighthearted. They can be. We've seen
Yeah.
that loss can keep people... They can still be happy. They can still crack jokes. Drax, Star-Lord, Gamera, all of them are proof of that.
That's the timer, guys. Whew.
That was pretty...
That was intense.
That was a back and forth at the end.
Alright, guys. So, I'm not gonna say who wins. I think I won the realism. He possibly won the creativity. And the level of entertainment is kind of a wild card right now. I'd like to see you all just kind of comment down in the comments who you think won.
Or, if Zach's not lazy, he'll put a poll in the right-hand corner. With a little eye, and say totally who won realism, who won creativity, who won entertainment. And
remember, if we got anything wrong, just please comment again, because we try to get as much as we can right, but there are certain things, or any other points we didn't bring up that you guys would have liked to seen. But make sure you guys
experienced at this.
Yeah, we started this all back during track season, and we made a fantasy superhero league.
With our short Mexican friend.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Mexican part was needed, but I feel like it was important because if he hears this, then he's going to be like, yeah! He's a very muscly dude.
He is. Alright, so we will see you next time. We will, guys. We will see you guys next time.
Wait, we have an outro.
We do?
Yes. We have an outro.
Do we now? So.
And remember, we keep a schedule, so be sure to stick around for a Monday Movie Madness and Friday Night Fights. We'll see y'all next time, nerd folk. Goodbye.